Oh, howdy all, grab yourself a drink. It is time for some Path of Exile 2 discussion. Welcome back to Teaser Season. Patch 0.5.0 is getting a bit closer, but the big news drop is very close. When this video is approximately 36 hours old, Grinding Gear Games are going to be doing the main live stream announcement. That's going to be where they're going to reveal everything about 0.5.0, but they put a tiny little teaser trailer out today. Now, this is one that the Path of Exile 2 community have probably worked out what it means. And we'll discuss all of that in a sec. Let's just watch the trailer though. And I want you to think in your mind of the ritual mechanic. Don't think of the precise implementation as it exists in Path of Exile 2 at the moment, but just think of the core idea, fighting monsters in a circle in order to deal with a particular ritual that's going on.
I require a champion.
Now, I just want to point out that they have walked through a threshold. They've gone from outside to inside, and when they've done that, it's pretty clear that this threshold is circular. So that's definitely something that indicates it's one of the fight monsters in circles mechanics, either breach or ritual. And given that we've already had some discussion of breach in one of the previous videos, this makes it more likely that it's ritual, as well what we'll see coming up now.
A champion to face. The darkness below.
Now, let's break this part down. A champion to face the darkness below. This does not fit exactly with Ritual's implementation as it exists in Path of Exile 2 at the moment. However, everything else there did definitely seem like you were trying to interfere with some sort of ritual that's being carried out. Now, the interpretation that I've got of this, and this is something that's widely shared by the Path of Exile 2 community over on Reddit, is that what we're seeing here is evidence of Grinding Gear Games deciding they're going to overhaul all of the different endgame mechanics that were ported from Path of Exile 1 into Path of Exile 2. And that's what these 5 teaser trailers that they've put out so far are all about. And that this one is the one specifically for Ritual, both for the reasons that I've talked about so far, but also out of a sense of elimination. What I think we're going to see here is that Grinding Gear Games saw that people really liked the implementation of Abyss, where they weren't slaves to exactly how it was implemented over in Path of Exile 1. They took some of the core concepts of fighting monsters that spread out from cracks under the ground, and they completely redesigned that from the ground up in order to make something that was designed for Path of Exile 2. Abyss is something that I feel is a bit of a smash hit out of the endgame mechanics, whereas Expedition, Breach, and Ritual and Delirium, they all have their moments, but I don't think that they're perfectly nailed any of them. So, what a lot of us are speculating is happening is that this is further evidence that they are overhauling all of those, and that this is going to be what Ritual's going to look like in some form. We will get more details on this though, of course, on Friday my time, which might be Thursday your time. So when this video is about 39 hours old, Grinding Gear Games are then doing their major live stream announcement. This is 3 weeks out from the launch, so there's going to be lots of time to stew on all of the things that come up, and most of the teaser season will be after that live stream rather than before it. As for what I'm doing on the day, it's going to come down to what Grinding Gear Games do in the way of MTX promos. If they do one on Twitch, they'll pull me to Twitch. If they're not doing one on Twitch, then I'll probably live stream my thoughts over here on YouTube instead. I prefer YouTube as a platform for streaming, mostly because people that join late, they can rewind it, and they can also adjust the speed in order to try to catch up. So, that's what we know today. It's a pretty quiet day as far as teasers go. The clickbaity voice in my head was telling me that I should name this video Ritual Rework Confirmed, but it's not absolutely confirmed, it's just very strongly hinted at, and so that's what I decided to call it. There is one thing I also want to quickly announce. People may or may not be aware, but YouTube have made some changes at the back end to the way that they deal with notifications. Now, people may know there are 3 levels of subscriptions to a channel. You can either be not subscribed at all, you can be subscribed but not ring the bell, or you can be subscribed and ring the bell. The changes that they've made is that ringing the bell is now a temporary thing. Specifically, if people are ignoring notifications a lot, then YouTube undo the bell. Now, this is it trying to work out what you want as a viewer, but it's something worth keeping in mind so you can calibrate those settings exactly how you want. And if YouTube notice that you're ignoring a lot of notifications, then it will undo that, and you'll only get the bell back if you sign up for it again. Personally, I subscribe with the bell to exactly 3 channels, and each of them is one of my favorite bands. However, you can make up your own mind. If you want to get actively nagged by YouTube every time I upload a video, then you can subscribe with the bell. And if you want to just get about 3 times as many of my videos in your feed, but otherwise not get nagged, then you can also subscribe without the bell. I'm going to leave it there. May your Varlorbs have interesting results.